Hello and good evening. My name is Ryan Pullin, and today we are conducting an interview with Bondi Bike Shop. And with the three horsemen of the shop, we've got Yuri, we've got Giuliano, and Diego. And they made a dream start from in a garage to where they are now. And this is an absolutely amazing shop. By the way, thank you for having me. Absolutely awesome experience, and I can't wait to get into this. We're going to have a series of questions that we will be covering. It'll be mainly on transportation, sustainability, future advancements within the e-bike community, as well as the local concerns, which we're not going to get into that too deeply, but we do want to touch on that. So what initially motivated you guys to start Bondi Bike Shop?
Basically, it was the desire of offering a good service for our community itself. It was in the beginning of the pandemic when we decided to launch Bondi Bike Shop, and we could feel an increasement in the demand of people looking to fix their bikes. And our business were specifically for that. Basically, we motivate people to have a more active, sustainable, and healthier lifestyle as well.
We'll just move on to transportation habits. E-bikes obviously reduce car dependency, right? You guys mentioned that 52% of all car trips in Sydney could be made by bike within 10 minutes. Could you just elaborate on that slightly?
Well, this is a subject that I believe we could be talking for an hour, there are heaps and heaps to cover here. But basically, e-bikes is something new on the market. So people are still too much car dependent, which is fine for the moment, but it's something that can't be fine for too long. Okay. So I like to give my example. So I used to have two cars, one car for me, one car for my wife. We sold one car, and now we have one car and we have a bike. And why do we have this bike? Because local trips, medium, short distances, let's say things from 10, 20 minutes away from my place, 10, 20 minutes away from my workspace, I won't take my car. I'll go by bike. Not because I just want to make the world more green, if you know what I'm saying, but also because it's more fun, so it's good for me, it's good for my mind, it's good for my body. I keep my body active. So I think that kind of thing that pushes me to use my bike for these sort of local trips, and I reckon with over time people will realize it.
Awesome, that's sweet. I'm just going to move on to actually something that concerns a lot of people about buying bikes. Obviously, these bikes are extremely expensive. They're super luxury bikes, right? But we've seen reports within Australia that theft is obviously on the rise. And that includes e-bikes too, okay? And this is some data from the Crime Stoppers Victoria. They have mentioned that a significant amount of bike thefts reported from 2023 result in 20 bikes per day are being stolen for whatever means. What measures are being put in place from, let's say, you guys, Waverley Council, and the local community to allow this to be minimized as much as possible?
Bike theft is a huge concern here in New South Wales, Australia, right? Our job here is to educate people how to minimize the risk of getting their bike stolen. So we always advise people to get a good walk for the bike. We have the range from Abus, which is a German brand, one of the best in the market. Also, always good to have alarms and trackers on the bike in case it happens to get stolen. You have the possibility of recovering the bike. There are other measures as well, like insurance. You can insure your bike as long as the bike is road legal for e-bikes and any good bike you might have. The government is also investing more and more in bike lanes and also in bike parking facilities. So, for example, here in the junction, we have a cage that you have to access with your mobile card, and you can lock your bike inside securely. So it's allocated with their cameras that can record everything that is happening there. So the bike is always safe in there. There are also other bikes that will come with the ability of disabling the motor. So even if the bike gets stolen, the bike won't give any assistance for the thief, and he might just drop the bike. And then you can also track the bike. So there are a lot of new technologies coming in the market. That's all to help with the maybe of keeping the bike safe.
Awesome. I think that actually covers quite a lot of people's concerns. Obviously, these are high ticket value items, and the fact that there are parameters in place, meaning that there's no real reason why you shouldn't own an e-bike just because you're scared of it being nicked, right? It's like owning a car. People own a car and they still get nicked, right? So I think that's a great answer, actually. I will then move on because you were talking about technology. What are the latest advancements in the e-bike technological side? Obviously, AI being a huge factor now coming in, where it can now detect what type of terrain you're in, whether you're going uphill or downhill, battery saving things. What are some new stuff that you might be able to tease in that people might not know?
Yeah, there's a subject that we can as well talk during hours. There are plenty of brands on the market. They have their own engineers that spend their day thinking about solutions for the problems that we have on the daily basis. So let's say, for example, one technology that really caught my attention was like ABS brakes. Something really good. We have like a solution as well for mid-drive motors where you have like a gearbox and you have a belt drive as well to reduce the maintenance on the bike. We have connectivity, connecting your phone to the bicycle, and then you can define, for example, I'm here about that junction, I'm going to Marubra, and I want to arrive there with 30% of battery. So Bosch developed the system as well, where you can like set out the amount of assistance according to the amount of battery that will like reach the point B. So with this amount of battery, you are able to get back safely home. Another thing as well, for example, there is a safety thing that Bosch is developing as well. It's like when someone opens the door of the car, if there is a cyclist passing as well. So they are covering like lots of situations that we have in the daily basis. We are really excited for what's about to come. Because literally every year there's some news, and when we think that we already got surprised, we get even more surprised. So yeah, so I believe that's one of the best things about working with e-bikes. There are people with 50, 60, 70 years of experience, and nobody knows about everything.
Shop giving the best insights today. So now we're going to move on to actually your accessibility for all age groups and diversifying. Obviously, Bondi is a diversified community with all age ranges, all abilities, all personal limitations. How do you guys cater either every test drive or every experience for all types of people?
In my point of view, like the job of the salesperson is to connect the need of the customer with the range that we have on the market itself. It's good to remember as well that our main value is safety. So if we believe that's not going to be safe, I prefer to don't sell you a bicycle. So having the tailored range, we could think exactly about the diversity itself, because we have short people, we have bigger people, we have like people that knows how to ride bikes with more experience, people that doesn't know how to ride bikes with that experience. So like everything what you see around here, it's well taught. So definitely like we want to encourage people to get bikes more often, to ride bikes more often. And that's our way that we find to make sure that we can see more people on the road. Because the thing is, e-bikes are not for everybody. However, it can be for you, and you might not be aware.
So it's kind of like that's why the test drive and maybe the in-person visit is actually crucial for you guys. I'd actually like to base this actually based on that. How important is a test drive for a person coming into your store to try out the bike before they purchase, based off like road environment, traffic? Why is a test drive the most important bit of coming here?
I think because you can teach people how the actually e-bike works. Most people, they're not aware of how the system itself works. They have experience of push bikes, but once you jump on the bike, you have to be aware that the bike sometimes can be too powerful for you, or I don't know. The bikes are like especially better for the people to jump in and out of the bikes, so just step through frames. Other than step over frames and have to pass your leg over the line. So for example, like old ladies that still want to ride the bikes, we gotta step through in this case. So they'll be easier for them to jump in the bike.
Do you find more test drives convert to more sales?
Once the person has the opinion of the bike, is another subject. Right? Some bikes they have like angled handlebars, so people sometimes feel they buy like the elbows, for example, are too close to the body. So I don't know the elbows a little open. So everything depends on the bike to get testy. And Nori said, but we can say like 1,000 words about each bike. But once they jump on the bike, it's a completely different experience.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I have one opinion about test ride. It's that you become weak. The test rides make the dream tangible. Okay, so basically we can speak about the bicycle. However, as he said, when you go for a test ride, you can actually feel the feeling of yourself changing your life. For me, that's like this moment of like people doing test rides. For me, it doesn't matter like if it's a teenager, if it's like a mid-age or an older person, everybody comes back with a smile on their face. For me, that's priceless. You know, so the feeling of people riding a bicycle, enjoying, seeing themselves, having a bicycle in their daily basis, and see that starts from here, their change, their life, is priceless.
That's horrible because, like, at the end of the day, if you don't buy, let's put in a perspective. So, for clothes, for example, you buy online, but you're already used to buy clothes online, or even you're already used to wear clothes, right? But like e-bikes, again, it's something new. So you can see many things online. You can see many things offline, but the feeling you just get once you ride.
Awesome.
It's the same thing as my shoes. You know,
Do you want to try?
okay, I'm gonna buy shoes. Okay, which size you wear? I'll wear 10. But there are shoes to play soccer, shoes to climb, shoes to work, shoes to go for a wedding. You know, if you don't know a clue about shoes, you might buy anyone and then you might regret. However, a shoes is $100. A bike is more than that. So that's why like it's important to seek like a professional that studied about that has like reliability on what he's saying for you, and then you can find the option that might suit you. You go for a test ride, then you change your life.
What is something new that Bondi Bike Shop is preparing for? Obviously 2025. What is the scope for you guys, and what is yet to come that we can get all excited about?
Basically, I'm preparing to reach something that is not easily find in the bicycle market itself.
Yuri, Giuliano, and Diego, it's been an absolute pleasure. Bondi Bike Shop, they are doing things different, and you should definitely be booking a test drive with these guys. And as I said, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much.